Look, if he had any sense, he wouldn't take a lift from a strange man, but I'm a music lover and I'm worried about your cello, so what I propose is you put it in my car and walk alongside me.
How do I know I just drive off with a cello?
I never really thought about her age. I just thought she was sort of intelligent and sweet, and I found playing the sort of kind of silliness of being a 16-year-old the hardest thing, and then once that was gone, I mean, it was really just, I really just thought about how she managed to change with the kind of people around her, with the way she was with her parents, the way she was with her teachers, and with her friends, how she kind of lost her kind of goodness a little bit.
I'm still trying to work out what makes good things good. It's hard, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, Jenny, you know, without necessarily being able to explain why. So you have taste. That's not half the battle. That's the whole war.
Was there ever thought to have a scene like between you two kind of fighting over it, like what he's done in the
filmed
past?
it wasn't good.
Oh, really? You did try that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that was
Guys,
ever really...
that's, you know, I don't think that's a conversation that happens that often. You know, that's a very confrontational thing for two men to do. And I think the reason a lot of men don't have that conversation is because it's so difficult to have. You know, it's you have to share your feelings and talk about things.
You do know what you're doing, old chap. Hey, Jenny.
This is the one, Danny. See, she's different.
I just don't want to see her hurt.
The one thing that I knew going in was that I had to be youthful, that I needed to find the 16-year-old in myself, that I needed to be young. I just kept thinking, I want to be young, I want to act young. And in a way, for me, Peter, hanging out with these guys are both younger than I am, they don't seem younger than me. Like when I hang out with them, I say, oh, we're the same age. And I'll refer to something and they have no idea what I'm talking about. But like, you know, in my mind, I am that age. And so it's not very difficult for me to go further back and go, you know, even before sex, where sex was actually still something that was vaguely threatening, and that what you really wanted to do was like cross legs and sit on the bed and talk about something, you know? Yeah. Like a kind of real innocence. And I think that comes across as creepy to people when they watch the movie.
I suppose you have homework to do.
You have no idea how boring everything was before I met you.
And I think every woman I know came up with a story. It's like, yeah, there was this weird bloke who took me out for dinner and he was a lot older than me. And, you know, a lot of women go through that stage where you have a choice. What I think the film communicates is just the pleasure of choices that we have.
Can I stop going to the youth orchestra then?
No. No. The youth orchestra is a good thing. That shows you're a joiner inner.
Yes, but I've already joined in, so now I can stop.
No, well, that just shows the opposite, don't you see?
I want to keep space for the actors to influence the part to an extent where I think the part should maybe be somewhere between the part as described in the script and the part as interpreted by the actors, so they blend together so well that you feel that it couldn't have been played by anyone else.
You're far more in need of responsible advice than I realised. Nobody does anything worth doing without a degree.
Nobody does anything worth doing with a degree. No woman, anyway.
So what I do isn't worth doing, or what Miss Stubbs does, or Mrs. Wilson, or any of us here. Because none of us would be here without a degree. You do realise that, don't you? And yes, of course, studying is hard and boring.
Boring?
I'm sorry?
Studying is hard and boring. Teaching is hard and boring. So what you're telling me is to be bored, and then bored, and finally bored again, but this time for the rest of my life. This whole stupid country is bored. There's no life in it, or colour, or fun.